also depend if the rains persist. We also talked to some of the visitors here. 47-year-old Rowena from Camarin, Caloocan said they had to walk for an hour to reach the puntod of her son and relatives. She used to pass through the back door where the so-called apartment tombs are, but entry or exit through there is now prohibited. So they had to go through the main entrance and security check. We've also seen police officers guarding the walls of the apartments or the back door. They say that some visitors bringing prohibited items normally enter there. For now, perfumes, lighters, and cigarettes are among the most confiscated stuff here at the entrance gate. Again, the management reminds the public to avoid bringing pets in the cemetery. Denise, the management also wants to remind the public that the gates here are only open from 5 a.m. until 5 p.m. and that no more visitors will be allowed to enter through the gates beyond 5 p.m. Denise.
Marian Enriquez there reporting to us live from the Manila North Cemetery. Pack your umbrellas and other rain gear if you're headed to cemeteries or somewhere else this November 1st. Pag-asa has monitored the low-pressure area some 170 kilometers east of Baler in Aurora. It's bringing scattered rain showers in Metro Manila, mainland Cagayan, Isabela, Aurora, Bulacan, Calabarzon, Marinduque, and Camarines Norte. Meanwhile, the northeast monsoon or Amihan is bringing rains in Cordillera, Nueva Ecija, and the rest of Cagayan. Light downpours will also be experienced in Ilocos and other parts of Central Luzon. We head on over to Manila South Cemetery. Our Gerard De La Peña will be reporting to us live from there. Gerard, what's the latest from your end?
Denise, we are seeing hordes of visitors going in and out of the Manila South Cemetery today, All Saints Day. And the number of visitors practically ballooned compared to yesterday, even if the cemetery management already saw thousands of visitors who came over in the past couple of days. The Manila South Cemetery management is expecting foot traffic today to reach 300,000 up to 400,000, and that is double compared to last year's 200,000 when there were still strict health protocols and that children were barred from entry. As you can see, visitors can freely enter and exit the 25-hectare facility. To prevent crowding, the cemetery management opened an access along Kalayaan Avenue. Children can tag along and visit this time, but their guardians must register their names near the main entrance so that kids are accounted for. The management also provided a facility to help visitors locate the resting place of their loved ones. The management also put up a tent where visitors can come for medical concerns. Visitors are also reminded that they are not to bring items that cause fire, as well as sharp objects, paint, bicycles, and pets. Visitors are also encouraged to bring their own trash bags to maintain cleanliness within the facility. Denise, just a reminder for those who are planning to come over here, entry is only allowed up to 5 p.m. and that visitors are allowed to stay only until 7 p.m. The cemetery management admitted that the facility is not that well lit and that the time limit given to visitors is only meant for their safety. Denise.
Thank you, Gerard. Again, that was Gerard De La Peña reporting from the Manila South Cemetery. Time to take a quick break. One News Now will be back with more stories after that. Stay with us. You're still watching One News Now. I'm Denise Tan. Parties in Negros Oriental are finalizing plans for a special congressional election next month. The polls on December 9 is meant to fill the seat of expelled Negros 3rd District Representative Arnie Teves. At least 3 relatives of slain Governor Roel Degamo will vie for the seat. His widow and Pamplona Mayor Janice Degamo, nephew and Shaton Mayor Fritz Diaz, and Degamo's cousin, retired Colonel Ray Lopez. This early tension looms in the three-way fight.
Kung gusto talaga nila yung pwesto na to, bakit hindi sila in the first place ang lumaban noon? Di ba? Bakit mayor ang tinakbuhan nila? Parang it is actually a betrayal of public trust dahil pinapanalo kang mayor tapos tatalikuran mo yung mga tao.
On the other side, former Governor Pride Henry Teves is still uncertain if he will run for the post of his brother vacated. He said there's clamor for supporters for him to do so.
Some of them want me to carry the banner, though my interest in going to Congress now is not really that high. Because yung drive ko kasi at the time was really for the province. Hindi ko alam kung gaano ako ka-motivated bumalik sa legislature because I had been there already.
Here are now the latest stories coming out of the battle zone of the Israel-Hamas conflict. Reports claim Gaza's largest refugee camp of Jabalia has been attacked. Israel is standing by its ground offensive, saying it's the best possible course for retrieving hostages taken by the militant group. There are at least 200 captives still with Hamas. Israel also continued its airstrikes at the Gaza Strip and has rejected calls for a ceasefire. Protesters in the U.S. disrupted a congressional hearing where President Joe Biden's advisors are seeking $106 billion. $14 billion will go to Israel while the rest will fund security plans. Demonstrators chanted slogans denouncing American officials for supporting what they called a genocide against Palestinians. They also demanded a truce and protection for the children of Gaza. The hearing continued after Capitol Police removed the protesters from the room. Morgues and cemeteries in Gaza are starting to get overwhelmed from the sheer number of bodies that need to be laid to rest. Over 8,000 Palestinians have been killed from the war. This report from the Associated Press.
المقبرة فيش قبور، هذه عبارة بيقولوا عنها نظام فزاقي قديمة جدا. شاف كيف فتحوا فزقية غرفة تحت الأرض كانوا فيها موتى، جابوا شالوا الرفات والعظام على شقة وحطوا نزلهم كلهم مع بعض. يعني تصور أنت فزقية حوالي 20-25 شهيد في مكان واحد، في قبر واحد حاليا، قبر جماعي.
Back here at home, visitors continue to flock to cemeteries in the metro to visit the dead. At the Manila Memorial Park in Parañaque, the cemetery management is expecting the number of visitors to exceed 200,000 today for All Saints' Day. Former Presidents Cory and Noynoy Aquino, as well as former Senator Ninoy Aquino, were all laid to rest there. At the libingan ng mga bayani in Taguig, the first family held a mass at the tomb of former President Ferdinand Marcos. Among those present were the President, First Lady Liza Araneta, former First Lady Imelda Marcos, and Senator Amy Marcos. People also continue to trickle in at the Loyola Memorial Park in Marikina. The administration says they only expect around 25,000 visitors this year, as many already visited before today to avoid the Undas rush. That's far smaller than the 100,000 crowd volume recorded in 2022. Marikina City is implementing a one-way traffic scheme in some parts of Bonifacio Avenue until November 2 to ease anticipated traffic. One News Now will be back at 3:15 p.m. Join us again later. I'm Denise Tan. We are One News.